Hello. I thought I'd look at my personal experience of driving a Tesla Model 3 for the last year in 2023 and look at the worst 5 things about owning a Tesla and then the best 5 things for owning a Tesla. So I hope you can stick around. You may have a Tesla or an EV, so please let me know if you agree or disagree. Hi friends, I'm Nigel. Welcome to everybody. Hope you can like and subscribe. And please hit the notifications bell for regular updates. The list is only for fun and with some of the worst and best might apply to EVs in general, not just Teslas. So let's kick off with the 5th worst part about owning a Tesla Model 3 in 2023 was my insurance went up.
These are terrible.
Now the previous year it went down, not a lot, but it did. But also last year, my home insurance went up, contents went up, and there were lots of stories in the press about how Tesla insurance was going up. When I checked other similar cars of similar performance, I found they were going up pretty much as the Tesla was, so I couldn't see a huge difference, and some went up even more. So you really did have to shop around, there was no question about that. So the 4th worst part about owning Tesla in 2023 is it does not have a hatch, and that's very important in the UK and Europe. It's also the smallest Model 3. It's not a small car, and I'm looking forward to when they bring out the Model 2. It's a much smaller car. Hopefully it will have a hatch. I mean, the Tesla Model 3 is a small car, maybe America, Australia, Canada, but it's certainly not in the UK and Europe. So not having a hatch and not being very small, I think, is the 4th worst part of having a Tesla Model 3, and I really just can't wait for the Model 2 to come out. I would have bought it 2 years ago, but it wasn't available. Maybe it's going to be another 2 years. I trade this in and get one. I don't know, or wait for a few used ones to become available. I don't know, we'll wait and see. So the 3rd worst part about owning a Tesla, it doesn't have the ability to have a power lead from your car to your home when there is a power outage, V2H. The EVs that can are the BYD, Ford F-150, Genesis and some Hyundais. So the 2nd worst thing about owning a Tesla in 2023 is reading news stories that you know don't reflect your experience of driving and living with a Tesla. Also people who tell you they're not going to buy an EV until it can drive 600 miles on one full charge. I think the people that have EVs and in particular Teslas know how much good fun and how enjoyable they are to drive, and when they see these stories they get repeated by friends who tell you what that they've read in certain newspapers, and it's often a long way off the truth. The worst part about owning a Tesla in 2023 is the depreciation, but it's great if you want to buy a good used Tesla at a reasonable price, but not very good if you bought a Tesla at the peak of the prices and it's worth a lot less now. I've only ever bought one car and it's my current Tesla. They've always been used cars, and so yeah, you do lose quite a lot when you buy a new car as soon as you drive it out. The showroom, not that you do with Tesla, but depreciation is probably the worst thing, but I'm not convinced it's worse with a Tesla than any other car. Please let me know what you think. So now, the 5 best reasons owning a Tesla in 2023. It is a great looking car with constant software updates. So the Tesla software you have in 10 years' time was not the same as you have now. And Tesla keep making subtle software updates which are an improvement on the car. So 5th best reason is the software updates. 4th best reason to own a Tesla in 2023 is the GPS is very detailed, showing all the superchargers on your journey, how many chargers are available, how long it will take to charge before going to the next supercharger, and how much charge you'll have on arrival, so you can see how very, very detailed it is. And I've separated GPS from the superchargers. And the third best reason owning a Tesla in 2023, it's comfort, easy to drive and great performance. Even the basic slowest model is very fast. Even if you're not a boy racer, joining a busy motorway and getting up to speed within seconds is brilliant in a Tesla. Don't do that very often, but when I do, it's great. So the second best reason to own a Tesla in 2023, it's close to one of the earlier best reasons, and that was supercharging. It's a bit like the GPS, but in a way you've got GPS is one thing and supercharging is another. And of course you can supercharge throughout the UK, Europe, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, most of the civilized world, and that's just brilliant. I was at the Fully Charged show earlier this year and someone said that's the best reason to buy a Tesla, but if you noticed, it's still only at number 2. It is a great thing, but not everyone travels big distances, so it depends on your personal circumstances. So that's my second best reason to buy or to own a Tesla Model 3. Of course, if you don't go long distances, it's of no value whatsoever. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So the best reason to own a Tesla in 2023, thank you very much for getting this far. I've kind of combined a few things into number 1 because it's sort of difficult to distinguish, but it's very aerodynamic and so energy efficient, which means your kilowatts per hour energy means you'll go a lot further than most other electric vehicles. And of course, charging at home is a fraction of the cost of gas. It's about 1/8 the cost of charging at a gas station on the nighttime tariff, and even during the day it's the third the cost of gas. The cost of running the Tesla with pretty much no servicing, repairs in over 2 years, which you would always have with a brand new ICE car. Also, the Tesla is the one car all the world manufacturers, including the Chinese, are trying to catch up. Tesla killer is a phrase you hear all the time on YouTube and the media, and Tesla is a standard. Every manufacturer is trying to reach, so you know you've got the best car you can buy on the road. So my number 1 reason is a few things. It's very efficient, servicing costs are very low, and it's a car that everybody's trying to catch up. So it's really costs, and you know you've got the best car available. Now, I'm sure people have Hyundais and other cars, might think different. Please let me know in the comments. And thank you very much for getting this far. I do hope you can like and subscribe. Please drive safely, and I'll see you next time. Bye.